what you see behind me is the 3rd gen Mini Cooper S, and it's making its debut in India with a host of other BMW products that the company is launching. Now, this car, it's probably the closest thing to an entry-level car that you can find among Mini's lineup. And of course, it has a lot of heritage to it, but with this generation, things have moved on from that a little bit, as you will just see right now. Now, unlike most other new cars and even the Countryman EV that we're just going to see, this car hasn't actually grown that much in its dimensions. But as you can see, the look of it has changed quite a bit. It's not got that soft, cuddly look that it had earlier. So you have a lot of sharper angles, which is most notable with this new grille. But I must say, this ADAS sensor has been quite neatly arranged. And these lights, they're again typically Mini, but there's a neat party trick where you can choose 3 different light signatures. They're like light modes, which we'll probably go inside and be able to show you. Now, as you can see, it looks most similar, most recognizable as a Mini from the side, because not much has actually changed, to be honest. Yes, you still have those frameless doors and those black bands that are that very retro-ish kind of Mini theme. They have also been reworked slightly just to make it a little bit flatter, a little bit more modern, minimalistic, if you will. And then the wheels, of course, are a little bit different now, 17-inch wheel sizes, but the wheelbase itself hasn't exactly changed all that much. Now, this is probably the bit where all you Mini fans will have most to say about, because this is where it sort of departed from the usual Mini design theme a lot. But you'll still notice that those Union Jack tail lamp motif, they're still present. They've again got that retro theme with this 8-bit sort of look to it, but like the front, you can get different light signatures. There are 3 modes, like I said, to choose from. But otherwise, this black band sort of gives it again a more minimalistic, a little bit more sort of modern yet old school look, if you will. I'll quickly show you the boot. I can't exactly tell you what the boot space is like, but as you can see, this is how much it is. So a few suitcases should be an easy fit. And like before, you have a 60-40 split. And since this car never really had a lot of space in the back seat for adults, you can maybe extend the boot space in this way and use it. But with this new Mini, where things have really changed is on the inside, where, of course, in terms of space, it's not all that much bigger. But the whole ambience, Mini has really doubled down on that retro theme. And it's got this really smart mix of modern and classic that just seems to work. Of course, you know how BMW has been making really good quality interiors, and that's trickled down to Mini as well. For example, you have this very clean, reduced, minimalistic design theme, but the quality is really quite top-notch. For example, this whole fascia is all textile. You have these sort of strap-like things. There's even a strap, like a textile strap on the steering wheel, which is something you don't see very often. These vents, they function really with that nice, hefty click. And then Minis again double down on that old school toggle theme. Like as you can see, there's really quite funny old school buttons for the modes, the engine start stop, even the gear selectors now, this toggle type switch. But of course, we have to address this, which is this 260mm OLED screen, which again, earlier Mini would have screens that were very similar to what BMW had, but now it's gone completely the other way. And it's, again, like the rest of the car, it's smart, it's vibrant. As you can see, I can choose a lot of functions. I can choose various themes, which will also change the overall look of the car, the feel of the car to an extent. So very similar to what you get in a BMW nowadays. So I have this balanced theme, I have a vivid theme. Let me just go back to this, which probably looks the best. A timeless theme, which makes this a big, gigantic speedometer, which again really quite smart. Then I have all the controls that you might want. Yes, the climate controls are like in most BMWs. It's now touch within the interface, which maybe could have been better. But what you do get, another neat touch, is an interior camera. It's good as a safety feature, but you can also take a selfie, you can take a timer. It's pretty much a camera for you to record your good times, which is again a cool touch. Now, my other features, you have parking camera, is just a rear camera, but pretty well done. And you have powered seat adjustment. It's optional, but you can get it. You can get a Harman Kardon audio system. You have these 2 giant sort of wireless charging setups here, which is great. And the seats are the sports seats. And then, of course, you have a sunroof. You have a tiny sort of head-up display, but I think that kind of works with the whole slightly old-school minimalistic theme of this car. It's not too bad. Now, as before, the seat here is best for children, but I must say that the upholstery, and again, the textured feel from the textiles has become quite a bit better than the last gen version. But of course, in terms of space, I don't think you can fit anything more than children here, but that's sort of what you expect with this car. Now the engine, it's a 2-liter turbo-petrol, something you've seen in other BMW products, which makes about 206 PS and 300 Newton meters, and the 0 to 100 kmph time is 6.6 seconds, so still a pretty brisk car. Now the Mini Cooper S in this new form is priced at rupees 44.8 lakhs. It doesn't have too many direct rivals, especially with that hatchback 3-door shape. But what do you think about it? Do you think it still carries that smart, quirky-ish mini theme to it, or has it grown up a bit too much? Let us know in the comments.